Year 3. Some of our lessons are going to be about spelling, which is a really useful thing to be able to do because it just makes you look as if you're more clever. Spelling doesn't mean you're clever, but it is helpful. It makes your work look more professional, and if you can spell a word, it saves you time because you don't have to check it. So spelling's really important. We'll be doing lots of videos this term. So the aim of this lesson is to look at what the government wants us to do with spelling at school and how we can learn those words we don't know. You're going to need your pack, so you will need to pause the video in a moment to get your pack, and when you've got your pack you need to dig out this sheet, which is going to be useful today. You're going to need to have a piece of paper or your English book so that we can practice our spellings. If you can take this sheet out of your pack, it's got useful things on the back, and also some colour pencils or something colourful to write with. So go and get those and I'll see you in a minute. So hello again, I hope you're all ready with the things you need. The big red piece of paper, it says at the top, Year 3 and 4 statutory spellings, and what a big list of words that is. Don't worry, you don't need to know how to spell all of those all at once. Actually, we're going to just look at 10 of them today and also for the rest of the week. So these are all the words that the government says by law we have to teach you at school when you're in Year 3 and 4, and hopefully you learn how to spell them. Some of the words are useful, some of the words are very strange words. I don't know why the government chose them. Perhaps more useful are going to be this list of words which is in your pack, or even this list of words which are in your pack. And these sheets have got the words that we use the most in the English language, so they are really useful to be able to spell. So if you're finding the red 3 and 4 list too difficult, ignore that list and focus your efforts on these lists here because they are much more useful and we don't want you to worry. So, last term, you all took home lists of spelling, and the words in red on the list are taken from this big sheet. So today we're going to look at just 10 words on this big sheet of paper. Okay, you're going to need a colourful pen or something to write with. If you've just got a pencil, that's fine. So together we're going to look at this list of words and we're just going to find the 10 words that we need. They're the 10 words, the first 10 words that we did for home learning in the autumn term. So if you look at the sheet, it starts on A, and if you go down the columns, it's alphabetical. So if you're trying to find a word, you've got the first letter of the alphabet as a clue. So our first word is actually in the group of words beginning with F, because they're here. So our first word that we were given to learn in the autumn term back in September was the word famous. And during the same week, it was paired with the word favourite. So if you could underline those two words with me if you can. We chose these words because we were writing to somebody famous, and they might have been our favourite football player or writer or artist or singer. So famous and favourite were good words to choose. The next pair of words in the second week of home learning started on the letter E, and it was early. You wouldn't expect that to begin with an E if you didn't know how to spell it. And that was a good word because we were learning about early man in the Stone Age. And that was paired with the word history, which starts with H. No surprises there, because that was the subject that the Stone Age sits in. Our next word was height. And that's a funny word to spell. It's really difficult to spell, so I can see why the government said we need to learn that one, because it looks like hate. It's got the word 8 hiding in it. Then we went on to length. So height and length are paired together, and length begins with L, and it's down there. So you underline these words with me. And then we found the word answer and question. So answer begins with an A, because we wanted an answer in our letters to the question, which begins with Q, not a K, a Q. It's over here. So question and answer were good words to pair together.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to remind you of how to practice spellings, and I'd like you to spend about half an hour working your way through these words that we have just found. If these words are too difficult, please find your list of high frequency words and use that to practice, because they're going to be more useful for you if you really do find spelling difficult, or you can mix and match. So if you find spelling relatively straightforward, I would do these ones. So you don't need to have the spelling practice sheet to write on this side, but it would be useful for you to be able to look at all the ideas on the back. So I'm just going to pick a few of these ways to remember spellings. We'll do a few of them, but obviously there are more on this sheet. I'm not going to spend the whole time showing you all of these. So on a piece of paper or in your English book, which is the purple book in your pack, on a page with some colour pencils or something colourful ideally to write with, you're going to start to practice. So you need something colourful and your English book or a big piece of paper. So this little booklet here is just the same as the other side of this sheet of paper. So I'm just going to randomly pick one of the ways to remember a spelling. So I've chosen silly sentences, which you will find on the back of this sheet. So I'm going to pick a word and I'm going to put it into a silly sentence. And I am going to write, to think of a silly sentence now, I'm going to write a mnemonic actually. He was famous. And I'm looking at the sheet to copy it correctly. He was famous for a man of unusual size. I put an exclamation mark on the end, and this is a clever sentence because the first letter of each of these words actually spells the word famous. He was famous for a man of unusual size. My sentence just happens to have the word famous hiding in it. You could do any sentence you like. We'll do the next one in a different colour. Backwards words next. Write out your spelling words forwards and then backwards. So I'm going to choose the word favourite this time. So here it is. Favourite. I'm going to count the letters Favourite. So I think the word favourite has got 9 letters in it. So as I write it, I'm going to check I write 9 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I haven't missed out any letters. Now I'm going to write it backwards. So I'm going to start on this end. E, T, I, R, U, O, V, A, F. Etiruvaf. Don't know what that says, but it's the word favourite backwards. The more you repeat writing all these letters, the more you're going to remember. And if you talk to yourself like a very strange person while you do it, that helps your brain to remember as well. Right, last one for today. I'm going to randomly pick one. What's going to come out of this one? Oh, this is one you like doing at school, year 3. Rainbow words. So I'm going to choose, it says, write the spelling words in pencil, trace over the words 5 times using a different colour each time. So I'll start off with an ordinary colour. So let's do a short one, just so that it doesn't take so long to show you. Early. So in boring, normal colour. And then I'm just going to, it's got 5 letters in it. And talk to yourself as you do it. You will sound like a lunatic, but that's fine. E, A, R, L, Y. Early. 5 letters. And again. Another colour. E, A, R, L, Y. Let's have yellow, my favourite. They might start to mix together, doesn't matter. E, A, R, L, Y. Early. E, A, R, L, Y. Last colour. Let's have purple, my second favourite. Chosen all the hot colours. E, do it a bit bigger. A, R, L, Y. Just listening to me doing this might help you remember early. And it's a good idea to write them using joined up writing as well. Okay, your turn now. Can you spend about half an hour practicing some spellings using any of these methods that are on the back of your sheet? Good luck, and I'll hopefully see some of them on our Zoom meeting later.